Hey, beer fans, I'm Denny Kahn. You might know me from the Experimental Brewing podcast that I co host and co produce with Drew Beecham. You might know some of the books we've written together: Experimental Homebrewing, Homebrew All Stars, or Simple Homebrewing. They should be in your library. I've been having the fun of getting to brew on the Grainfather G70, and I kind of wanted to show you guys around and show you what it's all about. The G70 is a 70-liter unit, and to mix measurements, that means that you can make a 15-gallon batch of beer in it if you want to. It has a whole bunch of new features and improvements that I think make it really cool. So let's start looking at the outside first. And remember, this is an extremely poorly produced video. So we look down here. The first thing you can kind of see is that there's a new full-color Wi-Fi based controller. There's no more Bluetooth. It's all Wi-Fi. It works really slick. Over here, there's a sight glass. Makes it extremely handy for filling the unit or for seeing how much wort you have after you're done boiling. And the other thing that I really like is down here on this side, there's a valve so that it makes it really, really easy to drain the unit out when you're done. The design is a lot different than the G30, the Grainfather most of us are used to seeing. For one thing, it has a center drain now in the bottom. So the pump pulls from the very center of the unit. There's a gradual slope on the bottom down to it. Pump inlet here, temp probe right there. The other thing that is really great and a big departure from the G30 is the hop filter. This one fits inside the full bottom and does extremely well at filtering things out and not getting clogged up. Let's admit it, if you've had the G30, you know that can be an issue. So then we have the Giganto basket. Goes in like this. And you notice that the handle is longer and sturdier and has a hook right here in the middle. That's because it's generally going to take two people to lift this basket, or you can use a hoist and just hook it onto there and do that. And that's real handy also. So now we get to the mash screens. You notice, first of all, no more annoying silicone ring around the outside. It just fits right down into there, fits really tightly, and because there's the filter underneath it, it does a great job of filtering. The same pipes and grain stopper that we're used to seeing. You can use a micro pipe set and make batches as small as 8 gallons, which I haven't tried yet, but I think that could be a really, really cool thing in a lot of circumstances. Then you have the top plate that we've all come to know and love. Connection here for the hose for recirculating or hooking up the counterflow chiller. Nice big lid to hold the temp while you're mashing. And a nice beefy counterflow chiller. Along with that, the pump in here is really, really powerful. My Grainfather fermenters are maybe like 10 feet away over in that direction, and maybe 6 feet up in the air. And this pump has no trouble pumping through the counterflow chiller and over and up into those fermenters, which makes it really nice. It runs on 220 volts, which means that it's a pretty powerful unit in terms of boiling. It doesn't really take any longer to get to a boil with a 10 or 12 or 15 gallon batch in this than it does with a 5-gallon batch in the G30. Might even be faster, although I haven't timed it. It's a really great unit if you need to make larger amounts of beer. I can't think of a better way to do it than with the G70. It's easy to use, it's trouble-free, and I just really, really enjoy it. So I hope that maybe that has taking you through some of the features of the G70. I'll make you look at me again here. And giving you an idea of what it's all about. If you're in the market for a system that can brew half a barrel at a time, you really owe it to yourself to check out the G70. It's a well-engineered, well-built system. I think you'll like it.